In this little video I will show you how to add an event to some items or some stuff controls on universal Windows application, or WPF application is the same in this case. What we have here is this special example. We have a list, and this list has always some sub items. And these sub items, when I push the right mouse button, in this case it's called tapped event, then nothing happens. And I want to add an event when the element itself is created at runtime. So what have we to do in this case? First we go. We don't need him anymore. First we go to the position where the element is created. So this is this one. It's called, I create here an element which is called a subfolder of it's a user control. It's this user control on the left side. And I already prepared the same stuff for demonstration, but we will do it, and you will see on Visual Studio how it works there. So when I have this this variable, it's called ucSubfolder. It's a user control by its name, with a small letter, user control subfolder, and I want to add the event. Then I say, okay, my dear subfolder element, when I push the when I click on the point there, then comes a list which gives me all events which are available for this control. If you have a button, you have a click event. If you have a text box, your text changed event, for example, and all that stuff. And you see it by this yellow arrow, this flash symbol. And what I want to do now is, I want to say if something is tapped. Now we see tapped on Universal on a Windows app. Excuse me. On Windows applications, for the future, we have the tapped event. It's not the same like mouse. It is similar to the mouse event, mouse click event, but there's no mouse click event anymore here. So we have here now the tapped element. Tap is the left mouse button, and right tapped is the right one. So when I click on the right mouse button and I say, okay, give me the event, something of this event should happen when I click on there, but I have no event there, it's not defined. Then I say plus equals. So I say, okay, give me this is the event, plus equals means create an event when it's created. When you see here, I create the control and add to the control an event handler. So I say here RightTapped. So I said, okay, add me a tapped event. When I type it in, you see here's the RightTappedEventHandler. That's what we need. This little what is it? A box or something like this. A handler. It's a handler. Okay. Now with the space key, the text is inserted, and now when I am there and I open my bracket, then it says, okay, some stuff in here, object sender, blah blah blah, something like this. And all what you have to do there is you have to say, give me a new name. Am I right or not? Excuse me, something is missing. Equals, so that's the show effect, but that's also the same what happens to you. You need to give me attach a new element, attach an event on there, and at runtime it's not defined at the moment. Create a new tapped event handler. Now we have the tapped. Here it's called RightTapped, so we select a RightTappedEventHandler. And when we open a bracket now we see void object, something in there. Just say my new event, for example, RightTapped. And now, what's going on else? You see, there's when you go with the mouse around hover over the text which is underlined in red, then all we have to do to click on this to this bulb, and then you create a new method blah 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 generating. It's written here in German. So when you click on that on the first point, the underline will go away, and then you say go to definition, and now you have this event. I have there a class system show me a message, okay, or RightTapped, okay, RightTapped, and this one we don't need it. Now when we start it, now when I click on one of those new elements with the right mouse button, then I get a message which is called something. Okay, this works with this in the same. And once again for explanation, here I create the element, and then I add a handler, a new handler at runtime. And this item is added to the list in this case. You may also do the same with a button or something else, or as you see here, I did the same with tapped and PointerReleased and all that stuff. I said, okay, here if you have RightTapped, that's the same what we had there. A PointerEntered. Pointer is when a mouse or a stylus or something else enters the element or hovers above it, then this will happen. And I'll take this again. Now when I take a button, for example, this is more a simple example. If you have a button, my new button, my button equals new button, and then you say my new button at runtime. This is brand new. When the compiler goes in there, my new button has point, and then for example RightTapped or the clicked. Here we have the click event. Now this one, and then plus equals a new click event, click handler. Where's the click handler? Back click handler. Item click event handler. A new tapped click event, click mode. So sorry, in this case I have to look up also on the website and say button click handler C#. Then you will see here's a here we have on click. Now we have to add here a new routed event handler. In this case. So what we do here now, we say okay, the new routed event handler, and we say okay, my button clicked, and as we see now again, it's red underlined, and now I say okay, make me a new button click event, and when I go there, then I have this new button clicked event. Unfortunately, at the moment I didn't add it to this site, to the page, but this will work the same, that as soon as you know what the event behind there is, you may add it by plus equals new event handler. I hope I could show you and help you a little bit to program in Windows Universal apps or in WPF how to make new events or attach events to new controls at runtime.